All right. Greetings, everybody. All right. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the African Village Meeting. As always, I give homage to our African ancestors who came before us. Men's Akhenaten, Queen Nefertiti, Yanana Santawa, Queen Nzinga, Nandi, Shaka Zulu. I give homage to Nat Turner and Denmark Vesey and Gabriel Prosser and Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman. But if I live forever, I can never thank him for a man who had the complete vision to unite all Africa. That man is the Honorable Marcus Messias Garvey. And as you know, as we do the show every time, uh, African we always give homage to our ancestors. That is an African tradition, an African custom. But today's topic is we're dealing with the FBA. Tariq Nasheed's FBA is a xenophobic, anti-African cult. Tariq Nasheed is becoming the new King Leopold and Hitler. Now, why do I say this? Because anytime you spend 6 days a week bashing Africa, acting as though Africa is all the problems of our brothers here in America, 6 days a week, we delineated. We are our own ethnic group. Well, goddamn it, what you gonna do? Where's our schools? Where's the hospital at? Where's the grocery store at? How are you dealing with mass incarceration? How many black men, and you're want to unite with this white man, how many black men are unjustly incarcerated? They control the legal system. They control the hospital and your health. They control our food. So you're not uniting our people on that basis. See, I have no problem with black people wanting to have identity. Even though I'm African-centered, but I appreciate and love the accomplishments that we have done here in America. But goddamn it, don't tell me that you're going to just talk about Africa and you're doing nothing in the community for our people. What about the violence? Then he went so far as to say, I heard him one time say that a African American, or what you call FBA, was killed, and it was she was killed by a Jamaican. I knew it was a tether. We don't do that in Black America. That's bullshit. We have drive-by shootings and children are hit. People shoot up whole houses. I can give you thousands of cases where people drive by a house and shoot the whole house up, don't care about the family being in it. So don't act as though Africans are the only problem. Yes, there's a disconnection. There's been global white supremacy. See, the ancestors and the creator made men. White people made a nigger. So niggers are globally. And this is what our brother Ibrahim Traore is doing. He's trying to get the nigger out of Africa. And those of us working, we're trying to get the nigger out of America. So you can't put African people on a pedestal like they're not supposed to have no faults. And they get mad when you think you see Africa, you're looking at the Messiah or something. He your brother. He's been affected by white supremacy just like you have. So this is dangerous when you're creating an atmosphere like this. And look at Twitter and YouTube. Get on there and talk about a damn Jew. Get on there and talk about a homosexual and see how quick it goes off there. But yet you can promote this. And I've been on spaces on Twitter where I just come in, I have my Molly Kelly B flag, and I'm enemy number one. I'm attacked. Even though if you're FBA, people got different trains of thoughts. You don't want to love Africa, ain't nobody handcuffing you to go to Africa. We don't even want to take Negroes that hate themselves to Africa like you. But you got to hate your brother because he sees different than you. This is a very serious problem, and it has to be addressed. And it's dangerous because you're not doing anything. Get some work done. Deal with the homeless plight in California. Black people are homeless. Black people are shot down by the police. and you begging to be accepted and want to perform fellatio on Donald Trump. A cracker is a goddamn cracker. You can't change white folks. You ain't gonna rehabilitate white folks. You want to integrate with the white man, but delineate from your brother. You ain't delineating from white folks. You delineate from a fellow African. So it makes no sense to be this way. And we have to fight with every drop of blood to make sure we're not continuing to being disconnected and showing disunity. The white man thrives off us because of our disunity. They suck the blood of the black community of our disunity. Arabs draw us. Then the least of our problems, brother, is a continental African. I'm gonna wrap up and I'm gonna bring on Brother Dr. Barry and Brother Richard Uzubab. That's the least of our problem. We got problems with Mexicans. It's 50 million Mexicans. And we had the rise in Chicago, as I said a couple weeks ago, they was killing black people. In California, they're killing black people. Arabs who enslaved black people in Africa and come here, don't hire you. They're bringing the drugs in our community here in Chicago. Ain't no smoke for the Arab. You got Poo Poo the Indian who has no respect for you. And you on Africa? Hell no. Then this thing, well, they sold us into slavery. They sold us. How damn stupid are you to think that? Now let me give you a scenario. I'm going to wrap this up and bring on our brothers. Let's say the Bloods and Crips got into a fight. And when the Bloods fought the Crips and captured Crips, here come the white man and say, let me get these Bloods, take them as prisoners of war. Take your prisoner of war. We're going to take them over to a faraway land. And vice versa for the Crips. So now you got Crips in the land you are now, and Bloods in the land you are now, and the land they took far away, Bloods and Crips there. And now the next generation of Bloods and Crips are saying, they sold us into slavery. They sold us. That's how stupid that sounds. Okay, now you say, well, I'm indigenous here. Speak your indigenous language. Speak it. Say one word of your indigenous language. You can't say it. Prove that to me. And furthermore, so if you say you say, okay, you the real Apache Indian. Well, we know when we watch Geronimo, certain bands of Apache helped the white man, go after certain Apaches. Certain Native Americans went after other Native American tribes. So you say you're that? So you killed us. You created genocide against us. They did it to us. That's what you're going to say too? So this is how asinine do you sound? It's just a hatred for Africa. Ethnic groups fought other ethnic groups, and the white man took the prisoners of war. But many of our ethnic groups, like the Wolof, they fought. The Mali Empire fought against slavery. You're not talking about that. Samori Touré fought against slavery. So I'm going to bring on Dr. Barry and then Brother Richard Zulu Shabazz to give a take, and we're going to just have dialogue. Stop being stupid. This is a cult. And all you goddamn Christians, how can you allow Jesus, 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 Lord Jesus, 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 and then allow someone to sit there and talk disrespect, make fun of African culture like he's doing and these people are doing? You Muslims, why ain't you saying something? So this is dangerous. You have to stop. Dr. Barry, you had an interesting talk with Tariq this week, you said. Talk to me. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, brother. We hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me again, my brother. Thank you so much. I hear you just like my brother from another mother. Africans are Africans, whether you like it or not. Africans are always Africans, and I'm here to continue to speak through to the democracy, to politics, to economies, to entertainment, truths to every origin we find to dig out a real African man. Before I start, I'd like to let everyone know that every black man is an African, whether you like it or not. You're in America, you're in Cuba, you're in Brazil, you're in France, you're in the United Kingdom. As far as you didn't bleach yourself to be black, God made you black. Your origin is Africa. Like it or hate it. You can have a lineage wherever you are in America because your forefathers were there from slavery, sold to America, and now you have a lineage there. Fine. Lineage is different from origin. Your lineage is where you are right now, where you can be sorted out from, where you can be found, but your history, but your origin. The origin of every black man is Africa. Whether they sold you as a slave or not, but you think about reparation and you say you want to be paid a reparation for being sold as a slave. But I have a question to ask all those who are talking about that. My question is, are you being, are you ready to be paid for being great, or are you ready to be paid for being sold as a slave? Because right now, if you look back to the history of the United States, as the greatest country in the world, Africans built the United States. The African American who are now calling themselves Black Americans, you're wasting your time. You cannot hide from your origin. You cannot hide your identity. You're a black man. Even when you bleach, we know you remain a black man. Just like Michael Jackson tried to look like a white man, but he never ever is a white man. Until he left this world, he remained a black African, like it or not. But we are not segregating, we are not hating you. We are just only using this opportunity to continue to preach peace to you, love to you, unity to you, for you to come back and rebuild Africa. And for Tariq, I was on his space. There's nothing he didn't call me. Tariq has some guys now and like two ladies working with him. I'm sure they must have collected money from the white folks to shut down Africa's influence. And you see, it's not gonna work because the real people who who do not want to talk to Tariq, who do not want to correct Tariq, are always on his space, like 2, 3, 4,000 people on his space, not having the power to speak to him. But I came boldly some 4 days ago and I spoke to him. And I told him, we've done some correct research and we confirmed that he is Nigerian. Tariq is a Nigerian. Tariq is Urobo from the middle, from the Niger Delta area of Nigeria. If you see his picture, he has a complete lookalike of those of us from the Niger Delta in Nigeria. So we know that the origin of Tariq is African. And of course, Africa back home here in Nigeria. So why do you have to collect T-pains? Why do you have to collect stipends to talk down Africa? What is going to be your gain? Because one day, somehow, the great 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 grandchildren of Donald Trump will come up again to be president in the United States and they will throw you off. They will start repatriating the black people. And then you have nowhere to call your home because today you're rejecting Africa. At that time, you have nowhere to go. That's why we're calling you to come up to Africa, to join us in partnership to rebuild Africa. We're not asking you to give us money. We're not asking you to give us any reparation. We're asking you to partner because we believe that the only ones that can partner to build a new Africa are the black Americans, are the African Americans in the United States, in Brazil, in France, in United Kingdom, in Cuba. Every black man that is hiding in any country, calling yourself a citizen of that country, fine for you. You are a citizen. Fine for you. You can get your lineage from there because you were born there. You were transferred there through slavery, and we know that most of everyone who was a slave is no more. Every black slave in America from Africa is no more. Now we have people who call themselves black Americans. But you see, the true name you are You are just an African American in America. Keep calling yourself a name that you don't belong, and you will never be accepted in America until you trace back your origin to Africa, to Nigeria, to Mali, to Ghana, to the Zimbabwe, to Togo. This is who you are. Your children must know where their origin is. If not, automatically they see them as lost, and that is not what we wish for you. So you are disrespecting Africans because Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, Zimbabwe, Gambia, Sierra Leone, Liberia don't have good government that could provide economic policy that will better the lives of the people. That is why you see Africans moving, jumping up and down all over Libya, all over Tunisia, all over Morocco, all over Egypt, all to look for something to eat. If we have good governance in these African countries, no African man will go to the Arab world. Today, Arabian people treat blacks like shit because
All right,
of the
hold 1 second, Dr. Bird.
by
Let me just
force recolonialism of Nigeria and of Africa by these white folks in the United States. If the United States government are ruled by the white people, accept Africa to be able to provide their own leadership by themselves without interruption, I don't think any black African will go to any Arab place where he will be treated like shit because of greener pasture. That's it.
well, yeah. Thanks, Doctor Richard. If you can hear me, Richard Zulu Shabazz, he's in Ghana, but we lost him. But let's get into this about King Leopold. King Leopold II from Belgium began to conquer the Congo, and basically it was his personal property. And he took the natives of the Congo and worked them, enslaved them basically. After slavery ended, you talking about this is the 1880s, and America partnered up with it. America partnered up with them because Firestone and all the rubber tires they used the rubber tree there. That's what they had them working for, and they had to work where they died. And you see the picture on the thumbnail. They were cutting hands off, collecting hands to show the treachery of what they did to our people. And he killed
Mm,
millions. I don't know the
mm,
exact number. I think it was 11 million to 12 million people, twice as much as the damn Holocaust.
mm.
You see? So now,
That's the
why do
number
I
of a whole country.
exactly? So this is a treachery that they did in the Congo. This is why they had to get rid of Patrice Lumumba. And now, mind you, now let's go back after they did all that to our people in Africa. When Patrice Lumumba spoke up when they crowned him king, the guy praised Leopold. Man, Patrice ripped their behinds up. Talked about the atrocities, and Eisenhower had Patrice Lumumba killed, and Kennedy
Mm,
was Kennedy supported Mobutu. Oh, John the Fox Kennedy, the same John the Fox Kennedy that Malcolm X spoke against, and the Nation of Islam bucked that. Don't you talk about Master Kennedy? Don't you talk about Master Kennedy? The same no good cracker John F. Kennedy was the one who backed that regime. So now, here we are today. So now you wonder why foundational black Americans, why Africa is in the state it's in, because your government, who you say you're part of, because I'm not no goddamn America, I'm a victim of America, as Malcolm X said. Your government destabilized Africa. Patrice Lumumba had a revolutionary idea. Your government helped them overthrow Kwame Nkrumah. Your government didn't want to work with Secretary and Jomo Kenyatta. This is what America did. And so now Africa's in a bad state, and so is the black community in a bad state. When Elijah Muhammad did the good thing of having uh, stores, grocery stores, farmland, trying to create a hospital. They destabilized. Told you he want to teach you the right Islam, going back to Orthodox Islam and follow the Arabs. And now Arabs have come all in our community. And you went from being Uncle Toms to Uncle Abdullahs. So you see the parallel? They destabilize. This is why you cannot work things out with white folk. You cannot. You can beg, you can plead, you can scratch your ass, you can smoke kush, gelato kush, booty juice kush. You get through smoking all that kush, you're still a nigga in a white man's world. So separation has to be the agenda. Now, how does this work? Since we can't, we need to have all our government. I don't want to keep integrating with white folk. I don't want to keep depending on some white man to do right or understand my plight. See how you do us? See, they let the black man, let the white man do it. They don't let us do it. You see what I'm talking about? It ain't fair. That's what he's supposed to do, fool. He's your enemy for life. You're not going to change no goddamn. Period. This is when he's supposed to kick your ass. He's supposed to shoot you, kill you, slap you, discriminate against you, rape you. That's his nature. And he's gonna have it to that nature until we stand up as a collective whole and unify and stop being damn stupid. That's his nature. So how separation should look is, since we know it ain't gonna happen right off, but let's congregate into a black community, a state. We take over that state, run that state. We're the police. We run the jails. We run the economy. Because we have the money. Because the black dollar just does not recirculate. So go out your hand. Old Korean get some. Poo-poo the Indian. I take your dollar. Chinese get it. And you don't get it. So we go into a black state in America, and we hire our own people. We build up. We got the National Guard there to protect ourselves. We don't worry about no white police officers killing black people. And then we actually talk about succeeding from the United States and want an independent nation. That's what we want. And when we vote, right? We vote with an agenda. What's what we want? Whoever gives it to. We ain't tied to no damn Democratic Party. We ain't tied to no damn Republican Party. We're tied to a party who's going to give us what we're asking for, whoever that might be. But separation has to be the goal. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let Dr. Berry rebut that.
Yeah, I want to ask you, do you know that we already have a problem with the Arabs in Africa disrespecting blacks? Who do you think will stop this? The United Nations or the United States or the Black Americans?
That's going to be next week's topic. We're going to deal with that, because I'm doing a whole lecture on the 22nd on Arabs. They Arabs. We're going to talk about that. That'll be our topic next week, Doctor. But let's tackle. But I want to deal with this FBA thing this week, and we get on the air. We're going to get on the Arabs' ass next week. Oh yeah.
So now. Are you looking at another country out of the United States for the Black Americans? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? I can't hear you at all. Hello? Oh, I think my voice is ceasing from there.
Okay.
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I hear you now. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, so what I was saying was that are you looking at another country breaking away from the United States for the Black American people?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Okay, I think that the sound. Yeah, so It's not feasible for 43 million black people to return to
Huh?
Africa. It's not feasible for
It's
43
not
million.
feasible because it's gonna be a tug of war.
Right. So here's my suggestion. This is why I say some of us that want to repatriate should repatriate, but the repatriation has to be our best and our brightest that will
But I
return to
think
Africa. Huh?
what will work for the United States, for the blacks in the United States, is this conference that we're planning for 2026, the World
Right.
Black Power Conference, where all black people across the world will come up and have an agreement to be one family. No matter where you are, every black man is from Africa. And when we acknowledge this, we'll now bring out strategies to build an Africa with sound economy, an Africa with one single currency, an Africa with one voice, an Africa with one vote, an Africa as the next destination across the world. That is what we're looking at. And that is why you see I am contesting for the position of the Abuja Municipal Area Council chairman. And we need help in all this. We can't be doing this without help of our brothers across the world. All we need is your support, your prayer, your blessings, and your tutelage. Teach us how to win. We have what it takes to win. We have the people on the ground. All we need is a family blessing for us to go ahead. Do you know what it means for a black man to be in the position of the Abuja Municipal Area Council chairman? That is the number one local government in Nigeria. And it gives you the opportunity to call on the World Black Conference, World Black Power Conference across the world. And you're inviting everyone who is a black man with sense to come and speak through to the development of black nations across the world. So that is one of the reasons why I am contesting, and that is one of the reasons why I am calling on all black men across the world to be a support for this vision. We want to become the chairman of the Abuja Municipal Area Council in Abuja as the biggest black country in the world, controlling every local government area in Africa. Do you know what that means? It means we have taken the lead. It means we've
Now,
started.
Abuja is the capital of Nigeria, right?
Huh?
Abuja is the capital of Nigeria. Is that correct?
Yes, Abuja is the federal capital of Nigeria, and Nigeria is the lead for Africa.
So we're going to support Dr. Berry, and we're going to help him with this campaign. After we get off here, I'm gonna be talking with some people here to help him with this campaign to win, and us helping each other. That's real unity. But back to separation. How I think separation should work is that, again, take over a state. Let's say like Georgia or Maryland or something like that, and we move into that state. We run that state, and we don't have to worry about white folks telling us what to do. We don't worry about white judges, prosecuting us. We don't have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the military, because we have the National Guard that we control. Build our militias to protect ourselves and our families. And then and the end goal, we indoctrinate the people. We want to separate. We no longer want to be part of white America no more. We don't.
Can you tell me something about FBA? What
Huh?
it means? Can you
Well,
talk about FBA? What FBA means? The people of the world wants to know.
yeah, it's supposed to mean foundational Black Americans, but which is
So what
stupid.
is their duty?
Yeah, they're slaves and
What makes you a foundation black American?
yeah. I don't ask me, because I ain't no damn. I'm telling what they thinking. They do these. They want to be bootlicking, buck dancing slaves, begging white folks to give them something, and want to integrate with white society. Cause I say it, and I say and say again, like Malcolm said, we are not Americans. We're the victims of Americanism. Brother
I have a
Malcolm said,
question to everyone who is an MBA, FBA.
yeah, and any FBA listen, you want to call up,
No. They're going to watch this program later, so we need to talk about them and ask them questions for them to listen. My question is, if you are a foundational member of the building up of America, and why are you asking the same country you made great to now dash you money?
Well, reparations. They want reparations, which is a good
So
thing.
why do you need a reparation from a country you joined hand to build? You say you're American. You say that's where your lineage is. So why are you asking them? I think the reparation should be for Africa, for using the slaves without gain.
Well, Dr. Bear, that's a debate, and this is what we want to be careful not to do, because
Because most people who were taken from Africa as slaves were taken by force. And most people who became slaves in the United States were sold out, were taken by force from Africa and sold by the white folks to another white folks.
well, let me
I I am not sure that I'm not sure that Africans were the one who sold their brothers to the United States. The
well, first
colonial masters took the slaves by force.
now, first of all, let me just say this: reparations. I'm for reparations for Black people in America. You know what I'm saying? Because they should give it to us, the 40 million, and then all of Europe and America owes Africa reparations. That's true. So two parts for people here to be, because like I said, everybody is not going to go to Africa. That's just, we don't even want everybody in Africa. So I want people to think that's what I'm trying to tell you. That I want everybody to go. If you built this country, this is yours. You got just as much right to it as anybody else. So they should give you something to make the playing fields
So,
even.
but how can they identify them all?
Well, that's something we're going to have the proper people to look up and do the lineage to see if they were descendants of slaves. That's giving Tariq Nasheed and them. And let's be careful, because that's going to get them fuel. See, he ain't for reparation. No, that's not what the brother's saying. We're for that. I'm for that. Everybody don't have an African mindset. Some people are so far gone, they want nothing to do with Africa. But what happened to you, your sojourn here in America, you deserve it. You should get it. But it has to be done sensible and intelligent. Because if it ain't done right, you're going to take that money and get right back to the white man. So I'm for
But
reparation.
but but my brother, let me tell you something that just went through me yesterday. I was in a space, not even Tariq space. They now started opening space. They call it the Black Community Space on Twitter, on X. And I know what happened. They fought me. They kicked me out because I told them to start loving Africa. They said Nigeria is one country that is full of shit. Nigeria is one country that is full of fraudsters and all that. And I told them Nigeria is a country that is passing through another phase at this moment because of bad leadership and the support of the West taking over by political criminals in Nigeria. And that's why Nigerians are all over the United States asking for an opportunity to have a greener pasture.
Well,
And they kicked me off.
you
They
know.
kicked me off straight. Her name is Ashmel.
Well,
Ishmael. She kicked me off our space.
again, Dr. Berry, again, right? I am the Most High. In Nigeria, the Yoruba say Olodumare, and Mali, or the Mandinka people say Ma, or the Dogon say Ama, created us to be in his image and his likeness. White supremacy made niggas. And everywhere the white man's tentacles went, Africa, America, Cuba, Brazil, South America, well, all 7 continents he went to, he made niggas, because having niggas is what makes white supremacy on top. Again, so you cannot put, a brother from Africa on a pedestal. Let me say this to my African brothers and sisters. I don't need your goddamn permission to be African. I am what I am. I'm not looking for no acceptance. I'm not looking to be. I don't need you to embrace me and to say. I need your embrace to embrace me, but I don't need your acceptance or approval. I am what I am.
Mm-hmm.
So whether I run into someone who's arrogant or someone on the stand, so what? It's like I'm here in America. I run into an ignorant brother. I don't need his acceptance either. I am what I am. So there are many of our brothers in Nigeria who are misunderstood, who are ignorant. And our brothers here are ignorant. So therefore, you can't get upset because yes, they scam. We scam here. You know, all kind of fraud. I mean, the youngsters are getting that bag now by running them credit card scams and internet shit they doing. The brothers in prison sit up there all day long and scam and do all. They got all kind of intricacies. It happens because when you have been robbed of your names, language, culture, religion, God, folkways, mores, norm, you've been colonialized to your resources taken. You're trying to survive, and the only way you're gonna survive is eating off the flesh of your own kind. In many cases, so yes, it's there, but that's not how it has to be. So we have to have us as Black Americans, if you want to call yourself Black American, we got to start checking our behavior, coming up, dealing with our issues, not being pimped by people who do nothing for your community. So what we're starting here with Sankore African Society and Mali Kilibife is we're going to have a reentry circle that's going to be on Twitter for all ex-offenders, right? You can come on that platform, get help, reentry into society. Helping with legal help, helping with getting your record expunged, help with job training, help with fighting for your rights as a convicted felon on things you can do. This is where we start. We're going to do the work. We're starting a youth program. We're working with our youth to keep them from getting into violence. After school youth program. This is the thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be out feeding the homeless. Black people in America, or Africans in America, whatever you want to call yourself, right? Coming together, working for our community. We ain't going to talk and intellectually masturbate and keep fighting FBA people, because I'm saying we're going to show we're doing the real work. We got real problems in America right now with mass incarceration. Mississippi just throw Black people away. So what we're saying is that we're going to start this reentry circle to be on Twitter. This African Village meeting will be every Sunday at this time. And then on Tuesdays will be the Twitter space. We come and discuss what we discussed in the African Village meet. And then we're going to I'll be announcing next week what day we're going to be doing a reentry circle. This will work. And I encourage you Tariq, to stop talking about Africa, get off your ass, and do something for the community. Because you could be talking about that right now. You could be talking about the Black business we should support. Every African Village meeting on Sunday, we're going to be talking about a Black business you should be supporting. Black people listening in America, Africans, support a local Black business. There are plenty of them here. And in Chicago, support MacArthur's. You understand what I'm saying? Support the Black funeral homes. All right? Support support Solo Beauty Supplies. A Black sister got a beauty supply house. Support your Black-owned businesses. This is what we're going to be focusing on. Real work. We don't have time for this nonsense. Real work. So every week we're going to be featuring a Black business that you should be supporting in your community. And a reentry circle. So let's get back to what I was saying. So why do I call Tariq Nasheed King Leopold? Because he made his way with Hidden Colors talking about the greatness of Africa. He made his way talking about the greatness of the Haitian Revolution, 1804. He made his way talking about buck breaking, got rich off of that. Then you turn around and you turn on Africa to talk this xenophobic, anti-African talk. That's what King Leopold did. Went into Africa, got the resources, turned on the people. You're doing the same thing. And you're teaching things such as saying that, well, FBAs don't kill people. They don't kill women. We don't do that. We don't kill college students. You're a damn lie. They killed this kid in Chicago. A high school kid got shot and killed. Every day it happens. So when you say that, it's making everybody villainize Caribbean people. Then it's just stupid. Because you saying a Jamaican ain't an FBA. Jamaica is in what country? What continent? North America. You link all Africans together, but you want to separate continents with black people at. We separating from Jamaica. You know, it's North America. We're in North America, but it's separate. And actually, there are southern states that are closer to Jamaica than they are with you in California. So the white man drew lines for you to be separate. Many of us came from the Caribbean islands first. They broke us over in the Caribbean and brought it to America. Then Mark Vesey was from the Caribbean. Right? Duty Bookman was from Jamaica. So, like I said, man, let us unite, man. Let us come together. Let us recognize we're not going to be dealing with this ignorant stuff that they're dealing with, and we're going to fight. I'm calling on all of the Haitians, Zopound brothers, stand up. All of the Ugans and Mambos, put the work in. Shut this talk up. Do the work on them to keep them from continuing to disrespect Africa. If you not support Africa, if you want to divide people, you're worthy to meet your ancestors. Now, I'm not saying we're going to do nothing criminal, because I don't want to, because your white man ain't going to protect you. But you ain't with it, man. I call on the ancestors to take you up out of here. But we're not going to do no violence to no other black. I'm not for violence, no. We can slap the shit out you. That'll be all right. Punch you and break your jaw. But as far as, killing somebody, I'm not advocating no murder. I'm not advocating.
Can you hear me now? Brother, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
For some reason, this thing keeps unmuting me. I don't know what part I got lost at, but what I was saying.
I think the network is very low here, so you're kind of freezing, but it's okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you very good. But what I was
Yeah,
saying,
so
we're not advocating no hurting or taking the life of our brother. I don't want that to happen.
yes, that's good.
However, I'm calling all of the Mambos, Ugans, do the spiritual work. Zopound, I'm calling on you. Bloods, I'm calling on you. Crips, I'm calling on you. Vice Lords, I'm calling on you. GDs, I'm calling on you. BDs, I'm calling on you. Phone them, I'm calling on you. Let's come together, man, and unify. And anybody working to be in disunity, we gonna get with you. We gonna get with you. And we ain't gonna have it. And I say this to all my FBA family who've been misguided by a pimp, misguided by someone who is most likely paid by an enemy to promote this disunity. When Trump get through with you, because you trust this white man, you trust in the white man, you the one, your mentality is what sold us into slavery. Think you can trust white folks. When Trump puts you back in slavery, if that should happen, and those of us who maintain good relations with Africa, I'm going to call back. I'm going to say, Donald Trump, he's going to say, yeah, buddy. I said, Tariq ain't working, boss. Make him pick some more cotton. Put the whip on them Negroes.
But don't you think Tariq collected money for all this he's doing? Don't you think so?
I have to believe so. Because ain't you that relentless every night of the week? You talking against Africa?
He must have collected money, because nobody's going to be doing that to be on the space for like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours in a day just to talk down on Africa. Definitely, money must have changed hands.
Yeah, I mean, and then they're so hateful. I'm here. My family's from here. My all that, and yet they talk hateful to me. Call me a tether. Because I support Africa. So I mean, we come with all walks, from all walks of life. Some of us are Democrat, some of us are Republican. That's your choice. But you, my brother, I still love you. Some of us are FBA. I love you.
We love them too from Africa.
Some of us are Christians. I love you. Some of us are Muslims. I love you. But we got to put our race first, as Marcus Garvey said. But they attack anybody who ain't seeing their narrow way of thinking. You want to call yourself African American? Oh man, they don't like. They attack you, disrespect you because they learned from him. He makes mockery of everybody, makes fun of Africa, and like I say, Jewish people will not stand for that. So why do we have to stand for that? So our unity is first. Listen, again, you can look us up at SankoreAfricanSociety.com. That's SANKORE, AfricanSociety.com. And Mali Kili Bife, which I've been crowned the master of that. That's why I call myself master. It is for all Africans, but emphasis on Africans here in America to come back to the Mali Empire, to unite right here in the United States, to be linked with Africa, to support Africa, to vote, to use our vote that we support Africa, to give aid to Africa, support our brother Ibrahim Traore, support Mali and Niger, and now Chad and Senegal is getting on board. Ghana seems to be getting on board. That's what we use our vote for. But again, you hate Africa so much. What's your culture? You wear the same clothes white folks wear. You go to the same supermarkets and grocery store white people go to. You dress like you dress. If I put you next to a white man named Steve and put Tariq next to a white man, you got the same thing the white man named Steve got on. You speak the same language they speak. So again, reconnecting to Africa is a good thing. But if you don't want to, brothers and sisters, that's fine. But let's not hate each other. I guess in my anger, maybe I'm attacking FBA because Tariq is the face of FBA, and I'm really disenchanted with him. But those of you who want to say you FBA, I love you, brothers and sisters. I'm not against you. I'm not your enemy. I'm flesh of your flesh, bone of your bone. I just don't like the hatred that's being spilled for my people in Africa. And I just encourage you to do some work. Sister asked Tariq, she say, what are you going to do, Tariq? I'm going to go have a turkey wing. I'm going to have some macaroni and cheese. So I'm saying to you, man, get some work done. Let's get out and do the work. So I thank you. I think we're going to end now. Unless Dr. Berry wants to say something else. We had a good time here. It was a great meeting. So you all can retweet this message. Let us, put our differences aside. And I'm calling on all you Christians who sit back and entertain the negative talk of denouncing another human being. Whether you think you're another lineage or you think you're not African, why would you stand for that? All you Muslims, that's un-Islamic. So are all FBA's atheists? You got some type of religion that tell you it's not good for you to degrade other people and make mockery with other people's culture because you don't want to be part of it. That's fine. I want handcuffing you. So don't stop standing for that. If you have discontent, then it's a way to address the discontent. You want to work it out with the white man, so why can't you work it out with your brothers in Africa? I was talking to Mark Carter, and he was saying, they ain't our people. You can't get them together. I said, Mark, I can show you. What do you want us to do? What do you want African people to do? Let's come with an agenda. I can get African people involved that want to help you. I don't want no help. You just want to be ignorant and just spew hate. But you could take a picture with goddamn Giuliani, unite with crackers, but you can't unite with your brother? You want to hold some cracker's hand, but you don't want to unite with your brother in Africa? You're sick, brother. Sick. You got to educate our brothers who come to Africa what they should be doing. They don't know the white man like you know the white man. We know this cracker. We know how he is. So we got to have forms to bring us together. I'm gonna work on a unity day, a holiday. We're gonna call it a unity day. We're gonna unite continental Africans and brothers from the Caribbean together, the Caribbean as one family. We gotta have an agenda. We gotta have forms. They gotta know what you want them to do. So just hate with ignorance is no good. So I'm gonna leave you with an African proverb from the Mandinka people. An egg can never clash with a stone. FBA, disunity FBA, and disunified Africans who don't want to unite with their brothers in America and vice versa. Whoever's not for unity cannot clash with the ancestors who are calling on us to unify. And I am a voice of those ancestors. And you will see it. I pledge to fight with every drop of blood. I pledge to fight until my last breath to unify and make sure we love each other as a people. And although I disagree, and I'm so angry with Tariq Nasheed, I don't want the smoke, man. I know how he, humiliate Brandon, but he is still my brother, and I still got love in my heart for him. And I just ask that he stops this, brother. I plead for you to stop your disrespect of Africa. I'm pleading for y'all to stop that. All right, and I want to say, Africa, I love you. Black people in America, we love you. Let us unite. One family, one village, one nation, one Africa. Dr. Bray, you got some last words?
Well, I'll just say thank you so much for bringing me up here again to speak to the FBA people, our brothers in America, our brothers that call themselves now Black African, Black American. I still call them Black African American. And I wish you understand that we are for peace. I wish you understand that we are in love with you. I wish you understand that it's time for us to come back to rebuild Africa. America remains your lineage. America remains the place you were born, but your origin remains Africa. Like it or not, this is time for us to fix Africa together as one family. Please go to Amazon and get my book. My new book is called Black Age by Dr. Barry Avotu Johnson First. Black Age. Please get that book and get educated on the African influence, okay? The 54 countries in Africa have been featured in the book. Why you need to get your roots, how you became slaves, and how you built America, and how we are together going to build Africa. We trust the African American, we trust the Black American people, and that is why we're calling you to join us in the movement to save Africa. Forget about the attitude of some Africans. Forget about the bad activities in Africa. Always remember that your origin must not be destroyed. We are here to help you keep your origin. We are here to keep your inheritance. And we are here to make sure Africa is alive. Thank you so much for having me. God bless you. Can you thank you? Take over.
Yeah, I got you, brother. And again, let's stop calling. We ain't no damn Americans, man. I'm declaring the black people in America. This is Mali Kilibife. We're the Mali Empire of the West, and that's what we are. We ain't no damn Americans, man. I can't go. I ain't calling myself what white folks call themselves. They didn't have you as American. They called you three-fifths of a human being. If you were American, you wouldn't have to have a civil rights bill. A Polak ain't got to have no civil rights bill. He get off the boat, he's already American. So that show you white folks don't see you as no American. So I'm not calling myself what white folks call themselves. Yeah, I'm an African who is a victim of America. I said it earlier, I'll say it again. I'm an African who's a victim of America. If a lion is brought from Africa and a female lioness is brought from Africa, and they mate and have a child, he's still a lion. He ain't an American. He's a lion. He is a lion, and I am an African. That's born in America. That's it. That's all. Just like another African is born in any other country in Africa, we the same. We are African people, and it's time for you to tap back in your roots. All right. Thank you very much. Next week's topic will be about the Arabs, and we're going to deal with that. And I'll be speaking, employing Minister Farrakhan, who we've been on for the past 3 years. Will not talk about the Arabs. Talk about what the Arabs do to black people. He keep crying for the Palestinians. Although I can empathize with the loss of children in Palestine, but I can't cry no tears for Palestinians because they don't cry no tears for me. I can have a little empathy, but that's it. My empathy is for African people, for black people. All right, thank you very much. Black power, African power. Let's unite, come together. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.